Let's get ready to grumble!
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the Royal Grumble. I am your host, Graham, and sitting in the corner opposite me today is Dan.
Hi.
Hi, Dan. And sitting in the corner to my right, no one.
He's on assignment.
He's on assignment. Well, I think he's working for 5 Star Wrestling now, actually, because, someone had to cheer Jack Swagger. So that's his job. But you'll be delighted to know, Dan.
Jake Hager.
Jake Hager. Sorry. Yes, there is no Jack Swagger anymore.
No.
He's there. He's going to be Jake Hager's towel boy to wipe up the froth that comes from his mouth whenever he tries to say his own name. So, yeah. So, we miss you, Daryl. Bye. We were trying to get replacements, weren't we? But we decided eventually no one deserved that fate. I was going to say no one was good enough, but that would be the opposite of what I was going for.
Or schedules just didn't match up.
Or schedule, yes, exactly. Yeah.
Someone
Daryl used to share a roster with made his WWE debut this week. I love it. I love doing that. Just a quick reminder. So, 205 Live has a new general manager. It's Rockstar Drake Maverick.
Maverick.
It's a pretty good name, I gotta say.
It's quite a fun name.
Yeah.
I've got no doubt he'll make it work.
Oh yeah,
He'll make it all work. Yeah, he's
no
really
doubt
good.
whatsoever.
Yeah, Drake Maverick. He's literally just gone. He's gone for the old British wrestling first name noun. Is that right?
Yeah, yes. Yeah, that is right. Well done. Although names are nouns, but it's okay. He's fine. He's at least avoided Storm or Styles or any one of those, so it's fine. Yeah. But Tyler Bate was on 205 Live this week as well.
Yeah.
So here's our opening contest. Things older or younger than Tyler Bate. So, Tyler Bate, I don't know whether to tell you when Tyler Bate was born, because that makes things easier.
I know.
Okay, you know when he was born. Okay, so, here's the thing. I've got 10 items here, some are related to wrestling, some are unrelated to wrestling. You have to tell me whether or not the item that I tell you is older or younger than Tyler Bate. So, we're going to start off with the movie featuring Michael Jordan and Bugs Bunny, Space Jam. Is that older or younger than Tyler Bate? Movie famously featured Bill Murray as a basketball
I think it's slightly older.
You are correct. Yes, Space
96.
Jam is. Space Jam is slightly older than Tyler Bate, as being towards the end of 1996.
Do you want to know how I remember that?
Go on.
Because when we first moved to Pontefract after my mum and dad broke up, on the first weekend I moved, I bought the Space Jam magazine that came out.
Yay! That's good to. Nice old memories. The next one then. So, Millennium, the album by Will Smith.
Younger.
It is indeed younger, yes.
It didn't come out in 2000, though. It came out in 98 or 99.
90, I think it might be 99. But yes, the album Millennium by Will Smith is in fact younger than Tyler Bate. So there's slightly easier ones. Okay. Next up is Kurt Angle's Olympic gold medal.
Older.
It is older, yes. 1996 Olympics. Yep. And as clearly as you know, when Tyler Bate was born, that's going to make that slightly easier for you. However, this one could be fun. The Nintendo 64. The console created by Nintendo.
I think younger.
You're incorrect. It's older. The Nintendo 64 is older than Tyler Bate. So there we go.
How older?
By, I think, less than a year.
Yeah.
But nonetheless older. How about the famous film about WCW, Ready to Rumble?
Younger.
That is younger,
it's
yes.
2000.
Yeah, no, not as late as 2000, actually.
99?
Yeah, it's in the 90s. But
I saw that at the cinema in Meadowhall before it was a View.
It was
still Warner Brothers Cinema then.
Warner Brothers Cinema.
Yep.
So it links in, you see, Space Jam links in. Yes, it is younger. The Sega Dreamcast. The console that Sega released to try and compete with the PlayStation and Nintendo 64.
I feel like that's younger.
It is younger, yes, indeed. Yes, the Dreamcast was 1998, so not much younger than Tyler Bate. The radio station Talk Sport.
Oh, that's a difficult one.
Very difficult. And I should clarify, I'm talking about Talk Sport, not Talk Radio, which it began as. It changed to Talk Sport.
I'll say younger.
It is
It
younger.
feels like it should be older, but it probably isn't.
It is younger. You're absolutely right. Yes. Talk Sport was younger.
Oh.
What about the television program Soccer AM?
Slightly older.
Only slightly older. Do you know? It surprised me. It was only
Yeah.
like late 1996. Now these two are I particularly enjoy these two. Okay, the World Wrestling Federation light heavyweight title, according to the World Wrestling Federation. So years back, it was like competed in like Mexico, Japan, or whatever. But they have a specific time of when the World Wrestling Federation light heavyweight title. I figured this was particularly appropriate because he went for the cruiserweight title this week.
Yeah.
But we're talking about the World Wrestling Federation.
I'm thinking
light heavyweight.
ever so slightly younger.
By 9 months, it is younger. You're right. Yes.
Because it was late night. It was like mid to late 97. They did that tournament.
Speaking of tournaments, the World Wrestling Federation European Championship.
That was like March, April 97. So it depends on when his birthday was.
You're right. It was. But when was his
Older.
birthday? By 1 month. Older. Yes, it was older. Yes, the World Wrestling Federation European Championship. So someone else can tally up what Dan got because I didn't tally anything.
I got one wrong.
There you go. That's pretty good though. But yes, that's what's older or younger than Tyler Bate.
You know how I know how old he is? His finisher is called the Tyler Driver 97.
Yes, it is. But when in 97? I specifically picked 2 championships that were created in 97.
I know it wasn't too early in the year because it was around, but not quite the time when he had the match with Pete Dunne.
Well, I deliberately picked 2 titles that were created in 97 to try and throw you off, but it did not work. Damn it. December was when the light heavyweight title came about, but he's not progressing. Yes, but he's not progressing into the finals of the Cruiserweight Championship tournament.
No, he is not.
No, that's Drake Maverick set up. But he was on telly, so yeah. I mean, not proper telly.
It's quite good, especially considering like the story that he spent a lot of time getting TNA to help him sort out his visa issues to then quit and go to the WWE.
Oh, Drake Maverick, yeah, nice one.
Work it till the end. It's not the end, but good on him.
Formerly in the list of 50 terrible, because I can't say the name because I'm not putting any money in that jar. Allegedly terrible workers.
That's why Daryl had to go on pilgrimage.
Yeah. You've got to cheat. You swore more than him since we put the jar in.
Yeah, I know, but
when are we sending you on pilgrimage? You're banned, aren't you, after last time?
I go on pilgrimage all the time.
I know you have a friend that would completely agree with that. They've also, speaking of things that they took from TNA, they've also taken TNA's top 10 ranking.
Yeah, the ranking system.
There was a video with Daniel Bryan with the worst hair ever.
I didn't watch the video.
It's his hair, because his hair's in that midpoint now.
Yeah.
Because he's clearly growing it out again, ready for a run on the indies. But it's not long yet, and it's not short. It's just in the middle, looking like a member of A1 from about 1999.
Yeah, I had the option. I could have watched that video or catch up with Total Divas. And the fact that there was the gif going around of Rusev, if you saw it.
No.
Mowing his lawn in just his boxer shorts folded up to be as small as possible. And that was the more clothing he wore in his 2 things to try and prove a point that Lana doesn't dress appropriately. So I watched Total Divas. But yeah, a ranking system it's fine if people buy into it, but they won't. And WB will forget about it in about 3 months.
Yeah, it won't last. It's just one of these classic things that like, we've got an idea. We're going to, 2 weeks later. No, I don't like the idea anymore.
And you have, what's point in having ranked contenders at the moment when your title match for WrestleMania is already set, kind of?
Yes. Well, we'll get onto that, won't we? That is our main topic for today. But I feel you should steer away from that slightly and tell us what else you watched this week.
I watched a lot of New Japan.
Yes, there was
this weekend was a lot of wrestling.
It certainly
Between
was.
NXT, Royal Rumble, 2 New Japan shows, there was a lot of stuff. And I went to Fight Club Pro as well. And alongside all that stuff, I actually turned down going out for a drink so I could watch New Japan.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. So the main events were the big things on these shows. On the first night was Minoru Suzuki winning the Intercontinental Championship from Tanahashi by torturing him to the point that the referee stopped it because he just could not take anymore and wouldn't submit. He was in a knee bar for about 8 minutes in the closing segment of this match. Like, he was in knee bar for a bit, finally got to the ropes. Suzuki dragged him out the ropes, gave him a pile driver, and put him back in the knee bar for a few more minutes. And then had a great promo where he told the crowd, because the crowd were clapping everything he said, and he said, "Stop clapping me like morons," to which they applauded.
Of course.
And then talked about how he broke Tanahashi and how Tanahashi is never going to wrestle again. And if he ever thinks about wrestling again, Suzuki will be here to break him again. Just really solid stuff, and you can believe it because it's Suzuki. He's a psychopath. And
Sounds like a lovely man.
he is really lovely.
Is he?
Yeah.
His hair started to grow back.
Yeah, it started growing back. Like he had it kind of shaved at Rev
He's
Pro.
breaking the rules, though, isn't he? He's breaking the rules of wrestling hair versus hair matches, like Kurt
But
Angle
he
said.
slowly started shaving the stuff in. Like he's only got a basic design at the moment, and then each show he's shaving a little more of that
Who does
design.
he think he is, though? Kevin Nash? Because only Kevin Nash can get away with losing a hair versus hair match and not going bald and then growing his hair back again.
I would offer anyone the challenge to go up to Suzuki and say, after a hair versus hair match, you should keep it like shaved as much as possible for a little bit.
Next time he comes to Rev Pro, can you do that?
No,
And
no,
record
I'm
it,
never going to.
please?
No,
Please?
His hair.
Can you get any of our friends to do it? I know one that might.
I would never say that Suzuki's hair is terrible.
We have a friend that nearly had a fight with Super Dragon. Can you get him to do it?
Yeah, he did nearly have a fight with Super Dragon. It's on a T-shirt,
It's on
which
a
he now
t-shirt.
owns.
No, it's not on a T-shirt. On a T-shirt and mug. So,
Yeah.
you of all people should know that. You bought them for him.
Yeah, I was really proud of myself that day.
Yeah,
I
and
had
you
a few
should be.
moments I was proud of myself with stuff.
You were right to be.
The best part was when I got it signed by Zack Sabre Jr. because it's him and his wife's favourite wrestler. I got him to sign his
Who is in
congratulations.
Suzuki Goons.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's more proof. He'll get you in.
Not only that, but also explaining the story of the picture to Zack Sabre Jr. and saying he should look it up on YouTube.
Get Zack Sabre Jr. to tell Suzuki about their hair and then film that. No? Still no?
No, because I feel like Suzuki will find me and kill me.
Oh, what sort of roving reporter are you? Well, let's just move on to night 2 then.
Yeah, so night 2, a lot of big stuff happened. Roppongi 3K won back the junior tag titles from the Young Bucks, kind of ending that little story out for a little while. And then in the main event, Jay White defeated Kenny Omega as he claimed he would in a really good match. The storyline with Jay White is really interesting. I'll get onto the other big story in a second. But so what they do with Jay White, where he had quite a unimpressive debut, we could say. But then the night after, the whole thing with the Bullet Club, because the storyline seems to be that a lot of the top people are kind of underestimating him. They still see him as a young boy. And here he is, he's come in and he's managed to manipulate the two biggest groups in New Japan, really, into getting what he wants, getting the US title shot, winning the title. And they had Okada on commentary just so they could get this shot at the end of it, where Okada looks on his face, because in the press conference where Jay White was saying one of the things that's going to change is if I ever get a chance, I'm going to challenge you for the title and I'm going to take it from you because I'm not going to bow to you. And Okada was just like, all right, mate, yeah, cool, sounds great, mate. And then at the end of the match where he beat Kenny Omega, you could see Okada's face being kind of like, yeah, he might be better. I mean, in the match, he got the absolute hell beaten out of him. They did the thing as well, the kick out, which you never see, where someone barely gets their shoulder up off the mat. It wasn't like a big kick out or anything. Just slightly rolled his shoulder up so it was off the mat to kick out, because that's all the energy he had left at that point. And the match was based around the fact that Kenny Omega, maybe underestimated him, didn't put him away, which allowed Jay White to get back into it and get the win. So after the match, Cody Rhodes finally sees the opportunity he's been waiting for and attacks.
We're just glossing over the fact that Jay White just wandered in and took the title off Kenny Omega, are we?
I feel like it's got a lot of bigger implications, with the thing, it's going to be him versus Okada at some point. I've got no doubt about that. Yeah. I've got a feeling he might even cost Okada the title.
Is he ready, though?
I don't think he's ready at the moment, but he's positioned just underneath those top 4 guys.
Yeah, why?
He is ridiculous talent. He's showing so much more since that Tokyo Dome match. Everything he's done has been really great.
Yeah, the 2 matches?
He's been in a few tag matches and stuff as well. On night 1, he was in a 6-man tag where he kind of played it really well.
3 matches?
Teaming up with Roppongi 3K.
4 matches?
He's been in more matches than that.
5? 7?
Every performance had has been great now. And his character's really developed in the fact that he's coming out as this master manipulator, but he's being allowed to be taken seriously in that role, rather than it being played off oh yeah, he's a young boy. It's only the top guys who aren't taking him seriously, and everyone else is kind of seeing that he's trying to play people against each other to get his own way. And by the time people realise, it's a bit late now. But so yeah, after the match, Cody Rhodes attacked Kenny Omega, seemingly kicking him out of the Bullet Club, but that's not been made 100% clear. Hangman Page seemed to almost get involved in it, but stopped himself at the last moment. Marty Scurll was trying to stop it happening. The Young Bucks had left the ring by this point. And then Kota Ibushi came out to save him. And then we got about 2 solid minutes of Kota Ibushi with his hand out, holding it out to Kenny, offering to shake his hand after all they've been through. and Kenny Omega refusing, and then eventually just grabbing him and hugging him while confetti came from the ceiling to reunite the Golden Lovers.
Oh,
yeah, and that is super amazing stuff. I can't wait to see what they actually do together because.
Well, that's a very odd way of putting it. I mean, what they do in the privacy of their own homes is up to them.
There's connotations of that stuff.
The connotations are they're outright stated it.
They don't outright state it, but they always talk about how their tag partnership was deeper than just a tag team. And there was a great comment from a person we know, Shaz, who went to Tokyo Dome, saying, and Brahma made the same comment as well about straight guys not being able to cope with that side of it. And just being like, oh no, they're just good mates and stuff. And she made the comment of literally it could be a photo of one of them balls deep in the other, and they still say, oh, they're just good mates.
Yeah, they're just practicing all the special wrestling holds.
Yeah, it's like Greek wrestling.
Yeah, except with the penis.
Yeah, so the final New Beginning show happens in a week's time from now, and it is headlined by Okada and Sanada had a weird interaction over the two shows. After a tag match, Okada got Sanada on the mic and said, "You don't ever speak. People want to hear from you. Go on, here's the mic." And Sanada went to speak and then just dropped it and tried to walk off. So Okada attacked him and then stuffed money in his mouth.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like one of the most antagonistic things he's done in a while. So the night after, Sanada got on the mic saying, "You want to hear me talk that much? I do my talking in the ring. Wait until February 10th, I think the show is." I'm quite looking forward to that match. I feel like Sanada will bring it out in that match. He's been... It seems like being in the tag team with Evil has kind of pushed him up a little bit from what he was even a few months ago.
Well, let's just hope it brings him out a little bit more, because it does seem like quite a come down from a lot of Okada's title matches of late.
It'll be better than the one against Fale and stuff.
Oh yeah,
that was a good match still. It was a good
I just mean in terms of what Sanada, at least Fale's got a bit of character to him. He's a bit of a Sanada just seems like nothing to me.
He's
apart
starting to see a bit,
apart from the money down the throat thing now.
Yeah, but I can see Sanada. He's had a match with Okada before, and it was
great
really
3-star match with Cody Rhodes. So don't forget that.
Yeah.
Nice. Anyway, that's about as much time as we've really got to talk about the news stuff, because it's been such a busy, like you mentioned, it's a huge weekend of wrestling. We've got loads to talk about. We've got Takeover, we've got the Royal Rumble, we've got other things, and we're going to talk about a few of them after this.
Point at the sign.
The Royal Grumble Podcast. You can't slander the dead.
Man, SmackDown is really into fisting. Man, SmackDown is really into fisting. Man, SmackDown is really into fisting.
Right, you'll have heard that, won't you?
Yeah, it was on there. We're recording.
Oh, good.
So
we're back.
We'll give the disclaimer now. What was actually...
That sounds like we're going to say something legally dodgy.
Well,
Daryl's not even here.
Yeah, what was actually a minute of a little jingle and stuff was actually 2 odd hours for us.
Yes.
And we saw the most comical / depressing game of football ever. So if you want a good belly laugh, watch the highlights of Sheffield Wednesday versus Birmingham City.
Go to the official Sheffield Wednesday YouTube. It's a great laugh. It's a great... I mean, it'll be a Comedy Central next week. So
so if the tone is slightly less excited in this half, that's why.
Stop talking about football and talk about the best show ever, NXT Takeover Philadelphia 2018.
Best show ever?
Well, we'll get into it, won't we? So, this was the night before Rumble.
Yes, it was.
It's all right, wasn't it?
Yeah, as usual, Takeover is always really, really great.
There hasn't been a bad one. Still hasn't been a bad one. First match was the Undisputed Era. That's the name I was looking for earlier.
Yeah.
Fish and O'Reilly, innit?
Yeah.
Against AOP. AOP, or as we call them, AOP lads.
AOP lads, yeah.
The Authors of Pain.
Big lads versus kicky lads.
Yes. Kicky lads did their kicking, didn't they?
And big lads did stuff.
Yep.
I enjoyed this match.
Yeah, it was all right. A decent tag starter to get them going, get the whole thing rolling. It was decent.
Yeah, it was probably... No, I don't think it was the weakest match on the card. It was perfectly fine in what it did, but I don't think it was anything to write home about.
No, it's just... But then, You might disagree. I don't think you should, though. Fish and O'Reilly are just really bland.
I really like them, but it's because they've already got a bit of goodwill built with me.
Yeah, they're just a bit bland, though, aren't they?
I know.
I like the little shop the system bit. That's about it, really. No, I don't dislike them. Just
I'll always say
which
to
one's
people,
which, if I'm honest.
it's one of them is short and has a hipster mustache,
I know, but
and one of them's got the Hulk body.
they don't look similar. I just forget which one's which.
Yeah,
It's like,
try and find the matches there with Shibata, both
No,
singles matches.
I'm
They
not
were
gonna
both
do
really,
that.
really good.
no.
It was
I'm
more
not
their
gonna do-
style though as well. More like
Yeah.
hard hitting stuff.
Still not going to do that, especially
Yeah.
with what I know about Shibata now.
Yeah, and I saw Kyle O'Reilly have a really great match with Kushida earlier on this year, and a not so good match with Marty Scurll.
And last year, of course.
Yeah, last year. Yeah,
2018, Dan. Come on, you got to contemporize, man.
Oh, it's February. I've got to change the calendar.
Yes, change the calendar.
Oh, it's
gone.
Kushida.
There you go then, Kushida.
Yeah, there we go. Next up was the Velveteen Dream versus Cassius Ohno.
Oh no! Would you say this was the weakest match?
No, I really enjoyed this match.
No, it wasn't very
I
good.
thought Cassius Ohno did really well in this match.
Did he?
Like, did his job perfectly.
I
And
think
Velveteen
he didn't.
Dream did really, like, he was brilliant.
He did the job that he was asked to do, but here's the thing: he's still supposed to be a knockout artist, and who is he knocked out? Nobody.
Yeah,
knocked anybody out? No,
I think he might have knocked out a jobber early on.
no, he ain't knocked nobody out, mate.
I know he used to do it. They used to
he's-
put him against jobbers, and
He still looks like a right state.
yeah, at least like he's got some. He's not just got gear that looks like a basketball shirt. He's actually got knockout artist on his gear and stuff.
Why
and
is
it's
he a
more
knockout
tailored.
artist? Who's he knocked out? Jobbers.
Yeah, people. And his finish is a knockout blow.
Yeah, but is it though?
Yeah,
But when does he he's not beat anyone ages?
he wins on TV.
Yeah, I don't watch TV.
Yeah, but I absolutely love this match. Velveteen Dream's just such an amazing character, and
Oh yeah,
really
I like
good in the
Velveteen
ring.
Dream. I like the whole thing. It was like, I'm going to knock him out,
Yeah, in
and then
30
the fans
seconds.
started counting. And on 29, he smacked him, didn't he? And then ran around as if he'd won.
Yeah,
That was fun. But
yeah, I really enjoyed this match. Velveteen Dream is going to be huge if they don't cock it up.
yeah, exactly. He's going to be huge if so. You never know. If they don't call him up till 2020, Vince will be busy, so it'll be fine.
I think there's two people in NXT right now who have like a aura around them and could be big stars, like properly big stars, and he's one of them. I think him and Black. I think they're the two guys who, if done right, would be megastars. But
And both tall as well, which helps.
yeah, tall and all that stuff. Before we get to Aleister Black, we had Ember Moon versus Shayna Baszler.
We did. I liked this match. You would probably think it was the weakest.
I think it was
imagine.
the weakest, but I still thought it was good. But
See, what I liked about it was that it seemed to have that psychology behind who Shayna Baszler is. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed this more than I saw some people say. Plus, also, I liked the idea that she was so focused on breaking the arm. She's going to break the arm. So focused on that, she forgot, because obviously she's a trained MMA fighter. She's not really a wrestler yet. That she forgot about the possibility of Ember just slamming on top of her and lying on top of her, like putting all her weight on. I liked the way she held the pin as well. Like it was like she folded her up completely.
I also like the protection of Ember Moon's finish as well, where she hits it but then can't get the cover because her arm's damaged.
Yeah, it's all played into the following night as well, didn't it? So.
Yes. Aleister Black versus Adam Cole. I thought this match exceeded expectations so much.
I really enjoyed this match. Yeah, it was a proper
I thought it was going to be good, but this was really good.
NXT X, the way the X stands for Extreme Rules.
Yes.
You see, they had the little logo, like NXT goes down the side, and the X is Extreme.
Yes.
Speaking of Extreme, we've not even talked about the fact that Paul Heyman introduced this show.
Oh, yeah. That was really, really good. That's Paul Heyman, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a good intro, wasn't it? Yeah.
He can sell everything apart from ECW TV slots.
Take that, Paul Heyman.
Yeah,
Where's
you
the USA
successful
Network
bastard.
now?
Oh, damn it.
Yeah. What?
It's not the worst swear I could have come out with.
What? Did you do a swear?
Yeah.
I'll level with you. I was talking over you, so maybe people won't notice, but put money in the jar anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a proper Extreme Rules type match. Good.
Yeah.
Well, although, like, don't do the chair thing. They don't need to do the chair thing.
It's always a really, like, interesting spot when you see it, because it's just that reaction he gets from just turning the chairs around. Every time you see it, it's like, I mean, and it's because you know that'll suck to land on.
Exactly, but just don't land on it then. Like, you can build that up. I quite like the way that you built it up, and then you could easily have, like, if you want to be a mega heel later on, you could kick it down, and everyone's like, "Oh, boo! You're ruining the chair thing. We like the chair thing."
No, but like I was saying earlier as well about Aleister Black, just the aura around him. But you know he's going to be on Raw and he's going to be cutting 20-minute promos, and he's not really built for 20-minute promos.
Yeah, I don't think he will. I think he will get up there, but I don't think he'll be on Raw cutting 20-minute promos. I don't see that happening.
Yeah.
Like, maybe on SmackDown cutting 10-minute promos, wearing a mouth guard.
Yeah. And then the main event.
Yes.
Andre Cien Almas versus Johnny
5
Gargano.
stars, baby!
Yeah, 5 stars.
Can't find the time to, effectively investigate anything, but he can find the time to watch this and give it 5 stars, baby.
Yeah, this match was absolutely brilliant, though.
Yeah, we're cracking.
Like, Johnny Gargano is just the perfect underdog babyface. Like, he's just so good at that role, and it just means he's just going to get beat every week when he's up main roster, like, but at the same time, this match was absolutely brilliant. Andre Cien Almas looks a different person from the guy who showed up and they tried to push originally.
I was super surprised that, because when he became the title holder, apart from beating my boy Drew, dick. That's probably a swear, but it's fine. I'll pay for it. He also, I was a bit like, really, this guy, the sort of upper mid card NXT guy, but no, especially since they put thingy what's her face with him.
Zelina Vega.
I was going to say Zelina Vega, and then I thought, no, is that the woman from Modern Family?
No,
it's not.
No,
it's the name that I don't remember.
Yeah, but yeah, this match was absolutely brilliant. I don't know. There was a lot of people saying it was the best NXT Takeover main event ever. The best NXT Takeover match. I can think of at least 3 matches I thought was better, but it's not to say this match wasn't absolutely amazing and deserving of the plaudits it's getting.
It might be the best main event, because now I think about it, Zayn and Nakamura wasn't the main event.
No.
So,
but Zayn Neville was, and I think that's the best. I think that's the best title match they've ever had in NXT.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one. It had a lot of emotion behind it as well. That was an odd case where they were just at the right point with Full Sail, where it didn't feel like they were taking away from anything anymore.
Yeah.
I don't think they completely take away from it now, but they were just at the right point where they built it up in Full Sail. They worked fine. No, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great.
I thought it was a brilliant match.
And we called what would happen, sort of.
We thought he cost him the match, but he didn't. Instead, they did the thing as well where the graphic came up.
He must hate that sting. He must be like, oh god, there's the graphic.
Yeah, and then
his wife got involved as well.
We're allowed to swear on this thing because it's his name. That bastard Tommaso Ciampa showed up.
Is that his name?
Yeah, he's officially that bastard Tommaso Ciampa.
Is he? If you can produce me a trading card with that name on,
not officially by WWE standards, but everyone else was called standards.
Little Bastard at one point, so you got to go away with that. But
no, but it that bastard Tommaso Ciampa.
He can't be close to coming back though.
No, he's still
limping a lot.
Yeah,
isn't he? Like
I think he's supposed to be fit for WrestleMania. So
right, so they'll be wrestling at that takeover then.
Yeah,
I'd imagine.
Well, I'll not give NXT
No,
spoilers.
you won't, but I still think they will. I'm going to say that now, regardless of anything that you might give away, might not
He
give
might
away.
be in the 205 Live tournament.
Why?
Because they're trying to relaunch it, aren't they now?
Unless they're both in it, and even then it would need to... Mind you, I suppose it's network only, so it wouldn't really matter, would it? You could do it like, look, these guys from NXT, they were in the Cruiserweight Classic as well.
Yeah, he's under 205.
It'd be a waste, though, wouldn't it? It'd be a waste. Put him in front of a proper NXT crowd.
Yeah.
I wonder, maybe they'll do that Cruiserweight title tournament. Maybe they'll have the final at NXT. He said the final will be at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And he said at WrestleMania, though, didn't he? That'll be a great end to the pre-show of WrestleMania.
Imagine, the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, but would it be better received in an NXT crowd where the crowd probably knows who they are and are going to enjoy it? Or would it be better received there in a massive stadium where they're like, which one is Callisto?
It'll be on the pre-show.
Which one's Callisto? I don't know. Which one's Lindsay Dorado? I don't know. I can't see from back here.
Yeah, another really great takeover show. I think it was slightly better than the Royal Rumble show, so that streak stays alive.
Yeah, although I don't think there's as much of a discrepancy in quality this year.
No, because the Rumble was definitely a story of two halves.
Well, shall we get onto the actual Royal Rumble pay-per-view now?
Yes.
First of all, yeah, you enjoyed Takeover?
I really enjoyed Takeover.
Good, I enjoyed Takeover, but now it's the Rumble on Grumble.
It's kind of our show, isn't it?
Yeah, it is our show. It definitely is our show. That's why we named this.
Which is why we tried to get replacement for Daryl this week because he couldn't be here because of his assignment.
We called Maria Menounos, but she didn't know any of our names.
Yeah.
And then we tried to get the Hurricane, but he was busy, apparently. I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't know what he was up to. This is all right. So yeah, this is the Royal Rumble from the same building in Philadelphia, the Wells Fargo Center
Yes.
in Philadelphia, PA. First match was the WWE Championship.
Yes, AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
Surprised me a bit. I thought it'd be a Rumble first and a Rumble last, but there you go.
But then this match was all right.
It was fine. It's a
Yeah.
decent opener.
They did a lot of good stuff with the fact that it was 2 against 1, and it was Kevin Owens, so he was messing around a lot, and
he's injured as well, isn't
Yeah.
he? Supposedly. Although,
apparently everyone's beat up at the moment.
well, yeah, there's a whole bunch of people that are injured, aren't they? He's injured. Jason Jordan's injured.
Seth Rollins is.
Seth Rollins is injured. They're all blinking injured, isn't it?
But yeah,
And this is before they started the XFL. Like, the injuries are coming thick and fast.
yeah, it was a good match. It was probably the best non-Rumble match on the show.
Yeah, I think quite easily, actually, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, it depends what you like from your matches, but this probably was the best in terms of pure wrestling quality.
Yeah, AJ Styles retaining the title, which I'm not surprised because, like, you're not going to have dual champions, are you?
No, of course not. Pinned the wrong guy, Dan. He wasn't a legal man, so they're carrying that on more.
Yes.
Because they need to prolong it. We'll explain why in a little while, but yeah, that's right.
So next up was the SmackDown Tag Team titles.
Yes, Usos versus Gay Benjamin. Did you know? First of all, we didn't talk about the pre-show. Did you know on the pre-show they had Shelton Benjamin meet Jason Jordan?
You mentioned it to me.
Yeah, have you seen that? Have you seen that picture of the Spider-Mans pointing at each other? It's pretty much that.
Apart from it's like I thought it'd be more like Looper.
Looper?
You know the film Looper?
Oh, the
with
film
Bruce
Looper.
Willis
Yeah, where like
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt's got the eyebrows drawn on.
Yeah, he's wearing prosthetics to look a bit more like a young Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
But forgetting the fact that Bruce Willis has always looked exactly like Bruce Willis looks now.
Yeah, that's the problem there. Isn't
When he came out looking 42.
Yeah, he just lost his hair, but apart from that, he looked the same. So
seriously, watch Moonlight and like, why is Bruce Willis wearing a wig? How did he time travel? Because he's a looper.
this was a 2 out of 3 falls match that went 2 straight falls.
Yes.
No one can seem to decide whether or not it was a botch or.
I think it was.
I don't really care.
It was either a botch or it was underwhelming.
I bet the Usos can't wait to be on the WrestleMania pre-show again.
Yeah, that's if everyone can stop drinking for 5 minutes.
What?
He got done for DUI.
Did he?
One of the Usos did, yeah.
How long ago are we talking then?
Like literally, like 2 or 3 days before Rumble.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, these guys. Could they not get out of that on a technicality? But like, oh no, it was my brother, and the other one's like, no, it was my brother. But you're wearing different halves of paint. That's not important.
And one of them slightly fatter than the other.
Yeah. I don't think they've got. Mind you, maybe they do have the weight on the driving license.
Yeah. Yeah, this match were a bit disappointing for me because I thought it was going to be a lot better.
Why?
I thought because I think like,
the sad thing for me is that these are 2 perfectly competent teams who are just a little bit boring. The Usos. I don't know what it is, right, about the Usos, but no matter what they do, I just can't get that interested in them.
Mm.
I never question their quality. I never question their ability, but I just can't get that interested in them. I don't know if it's because they wear the Usos off of Main Event and Superstars years back.
Yeah.
And somehow in my head, they're still them.
Oh, no. The one who's married to Naomi is quite funny on Total Divas.
Yeah, the one who's married to Naomi is quite funny. The other one doesn't talk.
Yeah. Especially on this week's episode because he treated her to a day out, but she was miserable because it turned out she had an upset stomach and she didn't want to tell him because he'd make fun of her. She was getting a massage and farting.
Yeah. Is that like
Total Divas, best thing WWE puts out every week.
You talk about Total Divas a lot, Dan. Like,
yeah, because it's the main WWE program. Like, I actually go out my way to watch it every week.
No, Dan, it's not the main WWE program. Anything
well
with Lana as the main star is not the main WWE program.
It's the Bellas. The Bellas are the main. Even though they've got their own show as well, the Bellas are the main event.
Yeah, I was surprised to find that the Bellas, like, because I watched Total Bellas, but I don't watch this. But I was surprised to find that the Bellas are still on Total Divas. So how does that work?
Because on this week's show, Daniel Bryan and Brie are moving. And Natalia recommends them someone to drive this motorhome across country with them. But Natalia, being the most awkward human being in the world, introduces them to 2 people
who are
a bit.
One of the cats.
No,
is one of them Jim Neidhart?
No, but you can understand why Natalia would suggest them. One of them had to go lay down in the back of the RV because they were scared of mountains. Driving from San Diego or wherever it was to Aberdeen, Washington. Most of that coast is mountains.
Phenomenal.
They ended up ditching it and getting a flight instead. Yeah, great show.
Yeah.
Last episode this week. We got the men's rumble here.
The men's rumble was 3rd.
Yeah.
Yes. Partly for putting over the importance of the women's one.
Yeah.
Partly to maybe negate the importance of the winner, maybe. I don't know.
Partly to annoy meninists.
Meninists, is that a thing?
It's like feminists, but, dickheads.
They'd probably call themselves masculists, and that's another swear, by the way.
Oh, that's worth it for this one.
Is it?
Because I saw quite a few people complaining, going, I don't understand why the women's one was main event and the men's one wasn't. The men's one was better.
It wasn't one of those Nathan Cruz.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, cheers. Well on, Nathan Cruz. Yeah. Oh, that's something we should talk about very briefly.
I really like you, Nathan. Come on.
Nathan Cruz. No, come on.
I like Nathan. But
let's talk about Nathan Cruz and let's talk about 5-Star Wrestling. They made their debut this week. There's a 3-hour British... It's the spontaneous Great British Grumble, except I'm not calling it the Great British Grumble. It's just the British Grumble. The average British Grumble.
The highlight of the show was Zach Gibson cutting a promo where he highlighted all the things that was wrong.
Well, including the fact that they all had the same music.
Yeah.
And the
all
fact
Brits did.
Oh, sorry. The
Americans got their own music.
Yeah. And the fact that the whole show was produced in a very dull environment because there were only 600 people in the 10,000-seat Liverpool Echo Arena.
I did like the fact that it
Joe
reminded
Hendry
me
was
of...
on commentary.
Yeah. I like that it reminded me of like wrestling shows from like 10, 15 years ago.
Why didn't they just put it in a studio? If they wanted to have a show so badly, why didn't they just put it in a studio?
Because one of the selling points was we're going to tour arenas with it.
You can't wait for 5-Star Wrestling Regenesis. Guys, 5-Star, if you want to prove us wrong, send us free tickets to the Sheffield show in 2 weeks. Me and Daryl will go and Dan will sit at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might go.
The men's Rumble. It was really good. I think it was the best Rumble in years.
Most enjoyable Rumble for a long time,
Yeah.
I liked some of the stories within it, some of the mini stories. I enjoyed the end posing, if you like, although it did amuse me that they were like, look, Roman's part of the cool kids. He's with Finn Balor and Shinsuke Nakamura. You like them. Cheer him. Will you bloody cheer him already? And then it was John Cena, Randy Orton, and who else? I can't remember. There was someone else.
Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, that's who it was.
Yeah, another tie-in 5-Star.
Yeah, he made a little surprise entrance, didn't he? I bet 5-Star were glad about that. They'd be like, we'll sell 4 more tickets
which
now.
Daryl accidentally spoiled.
Did he?
It's a good thing you weren't there early. Because you are the worst when anything gets spoiled for you.
I am, even though I spoiled the ending of the NXT title match for him a couple of SummerSlam time.
So when he went to put on the Rumble, he clicked play because it was on the live stream at the time. He clicked play from here, like play now, rather than play from beginning. So it just came on. It was near the end of the Rumble match, and like I clearly saw Rey Mysterio. Like, well, that's happening then.
Oh man, that's a bit good.
Like it was a second.
It could have been Lindsay Dorado. It wasn't Lindsay Dorado. It was Rey Mysterio.
No, and the other thing about Rey's entrance, like this is something I told you all after seeing him at Rev Pro. He looks like WCW Ray almost again.
He's very small now, isn't he?
Yeah.
Usually after they leave WWE, they go on the roids, but like he apparently has laid off them.
Yeah, good on him. He's in the best shape he's been in since the 90s.
Yeah, he was moving around quite well as well, wasn't he?
You'd almost think he got both his knees.
I know. Has he had knee replacements or something?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
Who knows? He might have had some kind of surgery. No, it was really enjoyable. Hurricane was back.
Yeah, we got the Hurricane.
Good surprise.
We didn't get many surprises, but the ones we got were really good.
A lot of Rusev Day chants.
Oh, Rusev was the most over guy in that
very,
Rumble.
very over, isn't he?
Yeah, just the moment Aiden English came out and everyone just started cheering so loud. Just, absolutely brilliant. Like, I love the fact Rusev is just this massive baby face, but not. Like, he's still Rusev, but the crowd love him.
Finn Balor made 57 minutes or so.
Yeah.
He was number 2.
Yeah, number 2.
Yes, he was number 2. I knew he was one of 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. He did well.
Yeah, and then eventually we got the last two were... Who was
Nakamura and Reigns.
Nakamura and Roman Reigns. And we were actually shouting at the TV. We weren't even watching it live, but we were shouting at the TV. Now, come on, Nakamura, please.
Well, I said this is going to be really interesting, isn't it? Because this is them blatantly going, it's either going to be who we want or who you want. It's either who you want or who we want. No difference in between. One of the two. This is what we're deciding. And actually, what the crowd wanted. What the crowd wanted was the...
I figured out what's making that popping noise now. There we go. Carry on.
And what the crowd wanted was what happened. It worked. It was fine.
Yeah, we got Nakamura. I didn't mind the little bit in the ring after the match as much, like knowing now that it was to settle what happened later on the show. But having Nakamura get on the mic, and he took his mouth guard out as well, which I was really happy about.
Yep.
And all he needed to say was, like, who are you going to face? AJ Styles.
Yeah, my concern about that, though, is that they've now started the title build for WrestleMania, and they've got 8 weeks to go. So how are they prolonging that? Well, by having them tagged together this week.
Yeah, and you've also got Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn still kind of around the mix.
Yeah,
like,
why
saying
are they doing
gonna...
that, though? What's
it's
the
because,
point?
like, Kevin Owens is like, oh, you're saying he's against AJ? I can still get that title.
Yeah.
And it keeps it a bit...
I saw someone make a suggestion, like I don't often like to fancy book or whatever else like that, but it would be interesting to book a main event for Fastlane, right? Because they've got Fastlane this year. They've not got Elimination Chamber. To go, right, tag match, AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura against Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. And if Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens win, they're in the main event of WrestleMania as well.
Yeah.
And then you could have this idea of them not trusting each other, but no, they just threw that away on SmackDown. That's just lob it away. So now you've got still 8 weeks of some kind, trying to create some kind of tension between these two baby faces, including 3 or 4 weeks of trying to create a tension that AJ Styles might lose the title, which no one will buy that he will. So that's...
Yeah, that match is going to... Like, it should be the best Nakamura match in 2 years.
It's going to be a great opening match in it at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
It's going to be great. AJ's going to open the show so well.
But, oh, well, we've seen that. Time to go home.
Yep. I don't think that'll happen, though, will they? People will stay.
Yeah. Well, we've got to get the big pop at the end for when the anointing happens again. Next up, we got The Bar versus Rollins and the real Double J.
We haven't even talked about the fact that, like, surely The Bar and Sheamus must now, surely, like, someone will be able to correct me on this if not, Sheamus must be the first person to enter the Rumble before his match that night. Like I said, this must be because, like,
because the only time the Rumble's been before a match is when it was a title match.
Exactly, and no one comes out of the no one's entering the Rumble that's also in the title match later because they've got no reason to. So I think Sheamus became the first person here to enter the Rumble before having a match later on.
Sheamus is 40 years old.
Yeah, old, isn't he? He got eliminated by Heath Slater.
Yeah, he did.
The
Heath Slater spot. We haven't talked about the fact that it took him forever to get to the ring because he got beat up on the way in by Baron Corbin, was it?
Yes, Baron
Corbin.
And
then everyone who came down after it beat him up as well to stop him getting to the ring.
Apart from Big E, who just threw pancakes at him.
Yeah. And then when Heath Slater gets in the ring, of course he eliminates Sheamus straight away.
Oh, of course he did. Yeah,
that was a really great spot.
Hot ginger on ginger action.
Yep.
That's what people like to see. That's what the ladies like. That's what the people like. Oh my God.
What's happened?
Arsenal are winning 4-0. Sorry, that's all.
4-0. It's only been on like...
Yeah, that'll really time this because if it says like 5-0 or something, that's all. My dad just messaged me, that's all. I usually keep phones off, so I will read the actual message because that's the rule. See the latest Arsenal score. Just did. Aubameyang scored.
Nice. I'm glad he's gone to Arsenal.
There
Stop talking about football and talk about the Royal
this.
Rumble.
Yeah, Bar versus Rollins and JJ.
There's not much to talk about.
This was rubbish.
Yeah, it was.
I don't like Jason Jordan.
Oh, wait. Do it. Do the theme.
What? I can't remember.
Restless Fashions.
Restless Fashions.
Seth Rollins flame tights.
Oh, God, how have we not even talked about this? He's supposed to ask for a Restless Fashions. That's what we have Daryl for. Yeah, Seth Rollins' flame tights, looking like that shirt that everybody had in 1999.
Looking like Guy Fieri's.
Looking like anything bought from High Spots.
Oh, he looked awful.
He's gone full blown. He's getting more and more indie.
Yeah, but not in a good way.
No, he's back to doing the curb stomp. He did that in the Royal Rumble, by the way. Don't know if they called it the curb stomp or the blackout. I don't think they called it anything, really, did they?
No, they just went, hit.
The Bear won the titles anyway.
Yeah, Jason Jordan was injured, apparently. And then...
Yeah, they did a concussion angle. And then you're supposed to boo him for not going into the ring having concussion.
Yeah, Vince booked that one, didn't he?
XFL 2020. Safer.
Brock versus Kane versus Braun.
Well, this was quite...
We've said this a few times. Like, whenever we build up to a Brock Lesnar match, I'm always the one who says, we all know these matches go one or two ways. It's either going to be really, really great, or it's going to be really, really shit. Sorry, swear. But yeah, this was in the latter. This was terrible.
Now, I said this at the time, right? I'm going to go back on myself now. I don't think it was terrible. I think it was all right. Because I've reconsidered, right?
Okay.
Partly because one of the first thing that happens in the match is Braun stiffly knees Brock.
Oh.
Brock doesn't take kindly to it and smacks Braun in the face.
Apparently, Fear shouted at him, "Slow the F down,"
Hilarious.
while punching him in the head and almost knocking him out.
Why you slowed out? Stop doing bad. Stop hurting me.
There's a slow motion of him getting punched in the head, and it's proper UFC style, like just full on, pops him inside, just underneath the ear, and Braun just stumbles.
Respect to Braun. Like, some actual UFC fighters have gone down from that. So
is this going to be a thing every 2 years? Braun's going to do something that annoys Brock, and Brock's going to try and knock him out.
Hope so. Yeah, because that happened in the Rumble a couple of years back, didn't it? Yeah,
Braun didn't sell well enough for him,
no.
So Brock made sure he went down.
Tagged him for real, yeah.
But yeah, I thought this. Like, apart from that one little thing, this match was bad.
They lobbed some stuff at each other. They're big fellas doing big fella stuff.
It should have been like maybe 3 minutes.
I think it was hurt slightly by the fact that A, no one possibly believed that Kane was winning. B, it was quite slow. C, we didn't notice that Braun had absolutely got smacked in the face, so we weren't interested in the match. And D, we were just looking for the Women's Rumble at this point.
Yeah.
So, Brock pinned Kane. There you go. Do you think that's Kane's retirement now? I know he was back on Raw, wasn't he? No, he got a table tipped on him again. Braun's lobbing tables about again.
I feel like after his political, he'll still make odd appearances. I can see him as a guy who doesn't ever properly retire.
He'd come back and do more Dr. Shelby stuff.
Yeah, actually, I'd be fully up for that. Why don't you think you won the Rumble? Maybe it's because my opponent found out I electrocuted a man's testicles and used it in his campaign speeches.
Yeah. And I have a healthy fascination with Pete Rose.
Rose should be his running mate.
Pete Rose should be. There you go. Jacobs Rose 2018.
Yeah.
Lighting a fire.
I think Pete Rose has got a few skeletons in his closet. Oh, they're out the closet now anyway.
Yeah, I don't think they count as being in the closet when everyone knows that Pete Rose is... He's not even allowed in the Baseball Hall of Fame. Just put it that way. He's not allowed in the Baseball Hall of Fame. For the Women's Rumble, we knew this was going to be good, didn't we? We talked about it last week.
Yeah.
We talked about being more excited about the Women's Rumble.
And I've pointed out to a few people who said that the Men's Rumble was better than the Women's Rumble by saying, well, you're wrong.
Yeah, they are wrong. Anyone who said
the Women's Rumble was absolutely brilliant.
Men's Rumble was better than I had any anticipation of it being, but the Women's Rumble was still better.
The Women's Rumble was everything we love about Royal Rumbles.
Yeah.
It was entertaining. There was lots of interesting stories going on in it. There was lots of surprises and people returning. Like, there was just so much stuff. It was such a good Rumble. I mean, it was the Nia Jax show for a little bit.
It was all... Right. Was it the Nia Jax show or was it the Michelle McCool show?
Oh, yeah.
Because she might be loving life, but she's also loving eliminating more people than anyone. And I guarantee you, when they called her up and they were like, oh, hello, Mrs. Calloway. Is there any chance that you... Plus, also, that I'll get back to that bugbear in a minute. Any chance that you want to do the Royal Rumble? She'll be like, yeah, of course I will, if I can eliminate more people than anyone.
I was a bit gutted Layla weren't there.
Yeah, I know, you kept banging on about that.
I wasn't the one going on about that as much.
Oh, was it Daryl?
No, it was Brammer.
Oh.
I think it was Brammer.
Yeah, it probably was, yeah.
I hope you're not
Damn you, Brammer!
I hope you're not listening in the car with your girlfriend.
I'm shaking my fist. Yeah, but make sure your child isn't listening.
Yeah, we've learnt from that.
We've got previews for this.
Hi, Joshua.
Yeah, sorry everyone again. Sorry for Dan. So I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Lita was one of the early surprises.
Yeah, wearing what did it say on a shirt? I forgot now.
Hashtag time's up.
Yeah, and apparently no one in WWE knew she was coming out with that on her top.
I'm not hugely surprised by that, to be honest.
Yeah, she wore a hoodie all day, and then in Gorilla, just before she walked out, she took the hoodie off and went out.
Yeah. The fortunate thing for her is that, like, Vince will have been, time's up for what? I don't know what she's talking about. The 90 seconds are nearly up. No,
he probably thought it was someone's phone number.
Probably, yeah.
Because of the hashtag on front.
Yeah, he's like, huh, what number is that? 555 WCW Mags. 1-888 WCW Mags. If this video isn't yours, you don't have to wrestle the owner for it. I had a WCW video, best match of the 90s, that said that. It was Tony Schiavone and Ric Flair in the power plant. And in it, Ric Flair says, the 90s were great for WCW, but I can't wait for 2000 and 2001 and 2002. I'm like, oh,
don't tell him.
Oh,
don't tell him.
Oh, man. Awkward.
He's going to have to be Triple H's lapdog.
So, I mean, I was surprised actually because I remember thinking, you know, the people who came out on Raw, I was like, we ruled them out, didn't we, as people who were going to come out the Raw? But actually, a few of them did. Tori Wilson was there.
Pretty much all the ones that weren't pregnant.
All the non-pregnant ones did. Jacqueline was there.
Yeah, they replaced the pregnant ones with
Michelle
Lita.
McCool.
And
Oh, she was there.
Michelle
already.
McCool was there. With Lita, yeah. And replaced Lillian Garcia.
Molly Holly?
Yeah, Molly Holly.
She looked good, didn't
Have
she?
you seen the video from this training school Molly Holly works at?
No.
So she's a trainer with Ken Anderson and Sean Davari at the Academy of
What
Professional
great
Wrestling.
company that she's keeping.
Yeah, so they had a Royal Rumble viewing party, and she didn't tell anyone there that she was going to be in the Rumble. So
Splendid.
there's a video that they've posted of all the trainees just going crazy, seeing her come out, which it'd have been like for us if, Keith Meyer came out in a Rumble.
How would it have been remotely like that?
I think the shock could have been even more, considering Keith might never wrestle for the WWE.
Yeah, I think that would have been a much bigger shock.
Yeah. Keith might
At
should
the
have
end of the
wrestled
day,
for WWE.
right, after 25 years in the business,
25 year Matt veteran. I love Keith.
oh yeah, bless him.
Keith
Bless
is
his little
great.
cottons. And he was the guy who trained Daryl, so he brought Daryl's wrestling career upon the rest of the world.
Yeah.
Like what I liked about it was a liberal helping of surprises, a liberal helping of interesting stories, action. I was a little bit gutted when I realised actually that both Trish and Lita were in the same Rumble and never even got near each other, did they?
No, they didn't.
It's a bit of a shame. They could have put that. That would have been like, like they like to have their little stare offs,
Moments,
don't they?
yeah.
Like moments. That would have been a good moment.
We got the cool one with Beth Phoenix
Yes,
and
we
Natalia and all that, and that was really cool.
did. Yeah, where they hugged.
Yeah.
And then
Natalia,
Natalia threw
yeah.
Beth. Yeah, Beth was in there. Vicky Guerrero, by the way. Don't forget
that
Vicky
was
Guerrero.
brilliant.
Excuse me. That was her full theme music. Was her
Yeah.
saying "excuse me"?
Walking out to the ring saying "excuse me" until eventually she gets eliminated.
So she got gently lifted and dropped.
There's also another really lovely video of her with Sasha Banks
Is
and
it?
talking about Eddie Guerrero, and it's actually quite a lovely little video.
Oh well, that's nice. I like that.
Yeah. This Rumble was absolutely great.
Yeah, Kelly was in there. I'm just going back over all the surprises now. Kelly, she was just as good a worker as ever.
Did she bring anyone with her?
She brought Test's spirit.
Wait, is Test dead?
I don't know. I'll find out. You, Phil.
Okay.
Who else
Yes.
was in there that you didn't expect to see?
That's the first time I've introduced that, I think.
Yeah, well, I'll give you the privilege.
Yeah. So yeah, Kelly came in. Tori Wilson was there.
Test is still dead.
Yeah. So Tori Wilson got a big reaction from the room.
She looked even better on this than she did when she was in it. When she was at Raw on Monday.
Yeah, she there's aging gracefully, and then there's what Tori Wilson
She's
is
Benjamin
doing.
Buttoning. It's like Tory Buttoning. It looks ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, it looks in fantastic shape. Just ridiculous shape. Kairi Sane was in there.
Yeah. And we got Ember Moon as well, didn't we?
Ember Moon, yeah. Still selling her injury from NXT.
Yeah.
Well done.
I was so because
We didn't talk about the fact that Adam Cole Bay was in the men's rumble.
and Andre St. Almas.
Yes, they were both in there. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
So that both the NXT champions were in their respective rumbles. That was interesting. Wasn't
Yeah. I really like when Kairi Sane came out and Lita looked the happiest out of everyone. Like Lita, because Lita took the corner. I forgot what it is now. Where she walks the plank across the ring. Lita was the one who took that move.
it? Oh,
Because Lita loves her, but I love Kairi Sane. I think she's absolutely amazing.
Bellas were back.
Yep,
That'll
Bella's
be
coming.
a whole series of total Bellas. They
Yep.
return to the ring, I'd imagine.
Good
Both
on Brie
the Bellas.
Bella.
Yeah, good for them. And
Getting
then
back in shape and stuff.
but I think a lot of people were expecting number 30 was going to be someone, and it wasn't. But I think they tempered the disappointment by the fact that it was Trish Stratus.
Sing the music.
What?
Sing the music.
Oh, it's time to rock and roll. Oh, this time I'm in control.
I'm getting you singing as
Oh,
much as
time
possible
I
this year.
Own the beats. I got the keys to the city, and that's how I get. Oh, I've forgotten to do the little laugh at the start. Which is oh. Also, Tori Wilson. Let's not forget Tori Wilson's theme was sung by Lillian Garcia,
Yeah,
who didn't enter the Rumble. She's not pregnant, so there you go.
It's kind of bad that Maria couldn't be in it because she was pregnant. Because I could get you singing Zebra Head.
Zebra Head.
Yeah, they do Maria's. Oh no, she'd have come out to the better theme.
Greatest,
The best theme in WWE.
Love I've ever known. Enjoy, everybody. Is her husband still in rehab?
No, he's out, I think.
He's not on telly though, is he?
No.
Bit awkward for him.
But so yeah, we got to the final three were the Bellas and Asuka.
Yes.
And Nikki eliminated Brie because of course.
Yeah, because
Nikki's annoyed that she had to pay for hers to be that size.
Oh yeah, do you think Brie had any leakage? Like it's a
You know what?
very real thing.
You're gonna look at me with disgust about this. I didn't realize that this long after the pregnancy, you still produce milk. I thought it was 6 months and then you stop producing milk. But then Becky informed me
Well, it all
that
depends.
actually if she's still breastfeeding,
Exactly.
then
Yeah,
they
she's
still produce. It's
Yeah.
makes sense, obviously, but
Of
I
course.
didn't know that.
No, she's still feeding. It's still
Yeah, So I got a thing because I mentioned it on...
At this point, I just want to check that we've covered breastfeeding.
Yeah, it's a fact today. I didn't know that. I thought it's kind of like the production kind of slowed down at 6 months or something. I don't know why I thought that.
Anyway, you talked about the fact that Nikki eliminated Brie, but Asuka eliminated Nikki. Asuka was the winner.
Nobody's ready for Asuka.
Nobody's ready for Asuka. And
so they did the thing where they brought Asuka in the ring.
Both the champions were just sitting at the side of the ring watching and presumably told to make no emotion whatsoever. Naomi did the Kofi spot, by the way.
Oh, yes, she did.
Yeah, all I'm saying is, bright colours and, so comparable to Kofi in their heads. I'll let you decide why.
Yeah. So I feel the reason they weren't doing any emotion is to make it less awkward when the person who came out comes out and
do you think so someone tried to tell me that they didn't know that she was coming out and that's why they made no reaction to her either. But yeah, basically the bad reputation played, didn't it?
Yeah.
It was. She wasn't in Colombia at all. It was Rowdy Ronda Rousey.
Actually wearing Roddy Piper's jacket.
Yeah, which they never mentioned in commentary. So
and also was properly big on her.
Yeah, exactly. It just looked like she had a massive jacket. Why didn't anyone mention that on commentary? I could figure that out because I said it in the room and I'm not the commentator. So
I enjoyed the fact that when she came out and she was staring people down and everything, and then they'd obviously said to her, stare people down, offer to shake Asuka's hand, shake Stephanie McMahon's hand, and get back in the ring and point at the sign. Because they thought she'd be able to point at the sign while also looking like a human being.
No, she was supposed to look intimidating.
It wasn't like just the pointing arm, though. She kind of like almost did the Usain Bolt thing.
Well, Asuka did actually Nakamura did the Usain Bolt type thing, didn't she? Asuka did a bit of a weird point as well.
Yeah, because that's the thing with Ronda Rousey, like for how like charismatic she is when she's just being herself in the cage and stuff. When she's trying to act, she's really bad at it.
They've already got their t-shirts on sale, though, mate. So do they care?
Yeah, I mean she's gonna be a massive star. I love the fact that Jonathan Coachman was at the Rumble, and he was on Raw the next night.
Jonathan Coachman, he's back at Raw.
Yeah,
that's it. He's part of the commentary.
He's talking about how such a massive deal it is that Ronda Rousey's with WWE when he was the guy who a few months ago on ESPN talked about how the WWE won't want to touch her because she's a loser.
Phenomenal.
Jonathan Coachman, company shill at large.
Do you think Vince heard that and went, we'll see about that, pal.
Yeah.
Guess who's going to come back?
You know what? If it were anyone else, you'd think, of course not. But genuinely, I kind of believe that Vince McMahon would hire someone for a lot of money to spite Jonathan Coachman.
And then but more to the point, he then hired Coachman to spite him to go, just remember, pal, I own you. Remember that time that Coach interviewed him whilst he was at the ESPN and he still called him Sir?
Yeah. He's just the worst, isn't he? Like, he's genuinely, like, people thought that was a character or a gimmick. No, he's... Have you seen the picture going around recently of Piers Morgan and Donald Trump? The cartoon one of the interview?
No, I refuse to watch anything like that.
No,
I don't want to see it. No, I'm not interested in... Like, even in negative, I'm still giving them access to my mind.
It's literally Piers Morgan eating Donald Trump's
Don't care,
behind.
mate. I don't care so much. I'm eating a biscuit on here.
But yeah, so Ronda comes out and we couldn't tell whether she was challenging someone or what she was doing. It was just like, well, why is Ronda here? That'll make me tune into Raw tomorrow. It was more like...
Yeah, tune into Raw to not see her.
Yeah.
Apparently, she's going to make her debut at WrestleMania, which still gives her plenty of time.
Yeah, in a tag match
for a while
against Stephanie and Triple H.
This is... I told people to listen to the show. This is my exclusive prediction. Someone might have said it before, but I was the first to say it because I said it on the night of the Rumble. Here's the deal. They're not going to be able to get The Rock back.
Nope.
The Rock has no space in his schedule until he's dead. And even after that, they're going to use his voice for some stuff. So The Rock ain't going to come back. It ain't going to be The Rock and Ronda against Triple H and Stephanie. So who's their next most marketable star? Who's the next big guy, the man that the company can rely on? Whose match at WrestleMania?
He's got a
Whose match
to
at WrestleMania? I'm talking. Whose match at WrestleMania was going to be big? Like with the biggest star. And it's not The Undertaker. Whose match was it? Telling you right now. Go on, you can say what you were going to say.
He's also got something related to bulls, like The Rock.
Okay.
He voiced a bull.
Yeah, all right. That's a really tenuous link. You're ruining my style. Shut up! It's John Cena and Ronda Rousey against Triple H and Stephanie McMahon -Helmsley / Levesque.
Cool.
That's going to happen.
Probably, yeah.
Calling it now, it's going to happen. If they want to do the mixed tag, that's how it's going to happen.
That's going to be the final of Mixed Match Challenge, the surprise final.
So have you heard who Asuka's supposed to be going against?
Charlotte.
They reckon Asuka and Charlotte, and they reckon...
she's the better option.
Yes, it is. And they reckon possibly Nia and...
Alexa.
Yeah, I forgot her name. I wanted to call her Alicia for a lot of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be against that. I mean, Nia and Alicia should. I've done it again. Nia and Alexa should be on the pre-show, but you know.
I could see that match going all of like a minute.
Yep.
Live Nia killer. Why not? So yeah, despite like the dour tones, it's the two Rumble matches made this show quite good.
It's a great show. You know what? Right.
Yeah.
It's the first 4-hour WWE show that I've watched in a long time that I've not thought at any point. Well, maybe not at any point.
It didn't feel as long.
But it didn't drag, did it? Like by the time we got to the Bar versus Rollins and Jason Jordan, I didn't care about anyway.
I love that we had 2 pre-break matches before the women's main event.
I know. Well, we didn't have 2. Come on, you wanted to watch Brock, Kane, and Braun.
I wanted to watch it and then it started. It wasn't very good. Apart from that bit.
It was all right. Okay, you weren't in the mood for it because you wanted to see the Royal Rumble.
No,
And you wanted to get back to Rumble Bingo.
I like seeing.
And you wanted to get away from the fact that you'd lost Rumble Bingo. The streak's over, Dan.
I drew.
The streak's over.
I drew.
Right, you know when The Undertaker lost to Brock Lesnar and then beat Bray Wyatt the year after? Did they go, the streak continues? No, it's over, Dan.
I drew.
It's over, April.
I drew.
It's over.
We both had 17 squares.
Draws are not wins.
We both had 17
streak's over.
draws.
The streak's over, Dan.
I'm still undefeated.
The streak. No, you're not. The streak is over.
It's not, isn't it?
It's over. Okay. Let
Technically,
Daryl will come back next week. He'll tell you the streak is over.
Technically, I drew the main as well, didn't I?
I don't know.
Yeah.
You'll remember these things more than us.
Yep, I remember these things.
The streak's over. So, after yes, good, enjoyable show, actually. 4 hours, 13 minutes, not including the pre-show, which nobody does, because we didn't.
Nope.
Mojo Rawley was on the pre-show, by the way. Also, the Cruiserweights had to do a match when no one was in.
Again?
Yeah.
On it were Hardys and Jason Jordan last time for that, wasn't it? At SummerSlam.
Yeah.
At SummerSlam?
I don't know. I remember it was Ryback and Kalisto that WrestleMania.
Oh, yeah.
31. 32.
The one where people couldn't get in the ground.
Yeah, they weren't letting people in. Nobody thought to open any doors. Yeah, no. As far as a 4+ hour WWE show, this one was a lot better. And the matches that we knew weren't going to be good were not good or were boring. And the matches we were excited about were really good.
Yep.
So what's next? Elimination Chamber.
I'm sure we've got a 2008 pay-per-view coming up next week.
Oh, God, have we?
Yeah, I don't know exactly which one.
Well, it'll be
The
No
next
Way
one.
Out, surely.
No Way Out.
There's no easy
We should
way
probably do
out.
that at the beginning of the month.
There's no shortcut home.
Because we've got 2 pay-per-view months. So.
There's no easy way out. There'll only be one. Because there'll only be one pay-per-view in 2008 because they didn't have 20 back then. So I'm not doing an old fast lane. I'll tell you now. I'm not doing that.
Fastlane's only been around for 3 years.
Exactly. That's my point. I'm not doing
But remember, for this time, you have to learn the theme song for the pay-per-view.
I just did it.
The
There's
actual
no
one.
easy way out.
You have to introduce it.
Can I not do the Matthew one, which I've just done? There's no shortcut home.
The intermission music will be you singing this version.
I do actually like the No Way Out 2008. I remember it now. I don't think they started calling it Elimination Chamber the pay-per-view yet, so I actually quite like that show. So I'm looking forward to that. That's good. Well, that's the Royal Rumble for this week. Royal Grumble, in fact. That's the Royal Rumble for this week, for this year, and that's the Royal Grumble for this week also, but not for this year because we're back again next week. Daryl's hopefully back next week. We'll find him from wherever he is. We'll get him out of the 5-star wrestling huddle. And
he's in the lower Midlands.
Look, I thought you were going to say the lower middle colon or something like that. Yes, we'll get him back.
That's Jonathan Coachman.
Oh, God. He's on Raw every week now, Dan. You're going to have to deal with it. He's on Raw every week. And you're going to go, I don't watch Raw. Well, too bad. Okay, you're going to have to start watching some of it. WrestleMania's coming up.
I do watch bits.
It's many a season, baby. And Asuka and Ronda Rousey and all those things.
Yes.
Anyway, that's it for the Royal Grumble for this week. Don't forget to go to facebook.com/Royal Grumble. Don't forget to go to twitter.com/Royal Grumble pod. Send us tweets. We had a whole bunch of tweets. In fact, I'm going to read them whilst Dan fills. Dan, what else have we got to tell people about?
Twitter @Royal Grumble pod. We've got twitch.tv/Royal Grumble. We have a show next week. RoyalGrumble.podbean.com is where you can get the podcast from and get all the links to subscribe on iTunes and things like that. Rate and review us if you've got the chance to.
Here's all the correspondence we have for this week. We had a poll that received... Well, the votes were as such like this. The 38% were looking forward to the men's Royal Rumble more, and 62% said the women's. So there you go. We were right about that.
It's women's.
It's women's. At Zerotonin on Twitter said, about when we asked about what had happened on 5-Star Wrestling. We missed Nathan Cruz's backside, Joey Axel, 4 spectators, and Mark Haskins winning the Snap title, and a Rampage in a pear tree. I enjoyed that. That was funny. Rampage Brown, so at Big_Brooker said Rampage Brown hit Moose in the Willy. At Jules WWE said a crowd lol. We made his child swear though.
Yeah.
Paulie Richards says his kids really enjoyed 5-Star Wrestling and he's going to take them to the Sheffield show. And El Ligero agreed with him. You couldn't tell if they liked Rey Mysterio, Jack Swagger, or El Ligero. So, I mean, that's star power for you, baby. Which one has horns, though? That's the real question.
It's not a British show if Flig's not on it.
That's true. Actually, I don't think you're... I think he comes with the license.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to put the show on, you've got to put him on.
It's like those old wristbands.
Yeah, exactly. Right, that's it. Say goodbye, Dan.
Goodbye.
Say goodbye, Daryl. Goodbye, everybody.